When I was 21 years old, things were awesome. At that time, I was working at one of Canada's big 5 banks as a branch manager, which everyone was so proud of me for, and making decent money. My first kid was on the way, and I was house hunting with my girlfriend at the time. Through the bank, they had pre-approved me for $100,000, so I was just going around looking for something to just kind of get into the housing market, just like a small mobile or something like that, nothing too crazy. We found the one that we wanted and put an offer in, and the offer was accepted, so we went back to the bank, and they said that the financing wasn't approved. The offer was for substantially less than the max that they had said, and I asked for a reason why it was declined, and they would not give me a solid answer. They just said they couldn't finance me at that time. The following week, I found out that they were closing down the branch that I worked at and that they were laying everybody off. And in the moment, I thought, well, it's whatever. I got a good resume under my back. I'll just go somewhere else and work there. Problem being was, since I was in finance, and this was 2008, and everything was just crashing to the ground, everybody was laying everybody off. There was no jobs to be had at any bank, and I was unemployed for quite a while. I was job hunting for what seemed like forever, and then worked a couple crappy jobs kind of in between, never really finding anything that, made me feel the way that, my old job felt. Eventually, I started to feel a little bit more hopeless and unwanted because all my resumes were not getting phone calls back. I got very few interviews, and all I could really get was just minimum wage work. And it got to the point where I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning, where I didn't want to do anything in the morning. And knowing that I had a kid on the way, thought I should probably do something about that. Went to my doctor, and we did some mental health tests, and he had diagnosed me with depression. This was weird to me because I always heard about depression, but I never, it didn't feel like what everyone kind of said it was, that it was like this big, deep, dark, suicidal thing. It's just, I felt like everything was just being sucked out of me. Like I had no motivation. I just had no emotions whatsoever. I just kind of felt like a blank slate, like nothing was there. My doctor prescribed me some antidepressants, a couple different ones that I should take. One was supposed to slowly over time kind of help me get back to the mental state that I was in before. And then there was a couple other ones to treat, kind of really down times. And that was stuff that I ended up getting addicted to, and it was really, really bad time. It almost got to the point where now I'm dealing with this depression, and now I'm dealing with this addiction to antidepressants. And I remember lying in bed one night thinking, I could just take a bunch of these, and then this would all be over, and then shit's just done with, But instead of doing that, I decided to cut them off altogether. It wasn't an easy choice for me to make, but it was one that I made. And, I said, if I keep using these, I'm going to be more and more irresponsible with it, and I'm going to go or do something that that will be bad for everybody. I ended up finding a job as assistant manager in a liquidation store. I really enjoyed that job, actually. I worked with a lot of good people, and I worked there for a lot of years. But after probably, 3 years working there, the same thing happened. They got bought out by an American company, closed it down, laid everybody off. Just like absolute shit luck. Just like the worst. So after again bouncing around between a few jobs, I found my job that I'm at the paint store now, which I'm very happy with. I have worked with amazing people. They're like family to me. There's only 5 of us, 6 of us, including me, I guess. And we're very close. We share all sorts of stories and stuff about our lives, and it's more like working with friends towards a common goal than working with coworkers. And YouTube's been doing good. Soul Calorie launch was good for the channel. Everything was going well for me. And then probably about 2 weeks ago, I felt this feeling again that I haven't felt in years, and I had no idea why I felt this again. It was that same lack of motivation, blank slate, and now it was kind of getting more into like a really dark sadness that I had no idea where it came from. Everything seemed to be going well, and all of a sudden I just got this sadness. And that's when I understood what the diagnosis of depression was, that it's something wrong with your brain, your emotions, that it's something that can sneak up on you when, life is seemingly as good as it gets. And that's kind of what's been happening to me the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys have noticed in my videos or my lack of videos the last week or so, that, it's been a struggle to put a smile on for some reason. And it's tough because working in a public job, you have to go out and, put on a smile and, be that funny guy all day. And then I come home and I got my son. And until my son goes to bed, you got to be a strong dad, positive, make him laugh, that kind of thing. And then when all that's done, the son's in bed, you're off work, and you're sitting there alone, and all this stuff just comes back to your head. All of it that you've pushed aside for the entire day just comes back and hits you all at once like a truck. And I've had this happen before. Probably a couple years ago it happened to me, but it wasn't the sad part of it. It was just all of these feelings and emotions, and I would lie in bed at night and think that I was going to have a heart attack because I just could not sleep. And there were nights where I maybe got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, went to the doctor, got some stuff for that, but I just didn't trust myself with pain medication and that kind of stuff anymore. So I didn't end up taking it. I just kind of struggled with this. I tried all sorts of different things, smoking weed, all sorts of things. My best friend recently said, you should try some CBD. It probably will help you a lot. And I gotta say, it's working. It's great. That anxiety part of me that keeps me up all night, it's gone. Definitely recommend it if that's something that you're able to get. But obviously, me living in Canada, it's not a big deal now. But wherever you are elsewhere, might have trouble. So that's kind of like why I've been absent from my channel for the last week or so. It's just a lot of stress getting home from work, making a video, getting my son fed, bathed, into pajamas, bedtime, and all that. And I really just needed to take a few days for mental health, and because I know that you guys will be there when I come back, and hopefully you are. If not, sorry you're gone. It's not that you'll see this anyways, but yeah, that's kind of my story, and that's something I'm dealing with, and I'm probably going to deal with it for a long while anyways. Yeah, it's something that I think a lot of people feel and definitely shouldn't be underestimated. And one thing that really annoyed me with it is a lot of people trying to give like advice and stuff on how to get rid of it. And it's not as easy as like, oh, just go for a walk outside, or oh, go hang out with friends and then it'll go away. Like, people just don't understand that it's just a thing that happens to you sometimes. So that was really annoying. So maybe that's, if you know any friends that are struggling with depression or whatnot, they probably just want to be heard more than anything. But yeah, just wanted to make this video for anyone out there that might have felt the same way, to know that you're not alone. It doesn't matter who you are. These kind of things don't discriminate. There's lots of people out there that feel the same way as you. It's okay to be yourself, but you need to take care of yourself. You come before anything else.